Welcome to the STP program. I am Christy DePriest, the NAVAIR SBIR STTR Program Manager. Today I am going to provide an overview of NAVAIR, our SBIR STTR processes, and also some considerations for technology maturation, commercialization, and transition. Today's presentation should give you a better understanding of how you can connect with us, contribute to our mission, and increase your success in transitioning your technology. First, an overview of NAVAIR and naval aviation. Our mission is to deliver integrated air warfare capabilities to enable the fleet to compete, deter, and win, tonight, tomorrow, and in the future. Naval aviation has the unique mission of operating and sustaining aircraft at sea, and at NAVAIR we provide the analysis and decision support to develop, acquire, and maintain those aircraft, weapons, and related systems required to increase Navy and Marine Corps capability, readiness, and affordability in a joint coalition environment. Vice Admiral Chevy, NAVAIR Commander, has three priorities: delivering integrated warfighting capability, developing the workforce, and strengthening partnerships. Industry is an integral part of the partnership aspect and our priority of delivering advanced, interoperable capabilities to cross-service, cross-nation, and combined forces. To meet our mission, we focus on speed, striving to move faster and field capability at the speed of relevance, not the speed of the acquisition process. Affordability, operating successfully within fiscally constrained budgets. Availability, focusing on fleet priorities and readiness. And outcomes, focusing on results and accountability for performance to plan. The ultimate goal is to deliver the warfighting capability the fleet needs to win at a cost we can afford. Small businesses and the SBIR STTR program are a big part of our ability to meet this goal. At NAVAIR, we are responsible for the full lifecycle management of our products, which include tactical aircraft, air anti-submarine warfare or ASW assault and special mission aircraft, including rotorcraft, unmanned aircraft, strike weapons, common systems, mission systems, training, and aircraft launch and recovery systems, also known as ALRE. These product lines are organized into program offices known as PMAs, which stands for Program Management Air, which are then organized into Program Executive Offices or PEOs. The NAVAIR PEO offices are PEO-A, Air ASW Assault and Special Mission Programs, PEO-T, Tactical Aircraft Programs, PEO-U&W, Unmanned Aviation and Strike Weapons, and the F-35 Lightning II program, also known as the Joint Strike Fighter program. NAVAIR headquarters, led by Vice Admiral Chevy and including the PEOs and PMAs, is located at Pax River, Maryland, and supported by the Naval Aircraft Warfare Center's Aircraft Division, NOC-AD, and Weapons Division, NOC-WD, as well as the Commander Fleet Readiness Centers, COMFRC. NOC-AD, NOC-WD, and COMFRC provide the people, products, and services to the programs. The warfare centers contain the national ranges and laboratories, and not only have the PEO PMAs as customers, but also joint, inter-service, interagency, and FMS customers that they collaborate with industry, including cooperative research agreements. NAVAIR HQ establishes standards and allocates resources. Through this operating construct, we work together to deliver and sustain capabilities. The TPOC for your SBIR or STTR effort will likely be from one of the warfare centers or the fleet readiness centers. The customer for your technology will likely be in one of the program offices. It is important to know both of these points of contact and where they fit in the organization. Naval Air Warfare Center Aircraft Division is the Navy's principal RDT&E engineering and fleet support activity for naval aircraft, engines, avionics, support systems, and ship-shore-air integration. NOC-AD has 3 locations. Lakehurst, New Jersey is principally focused on aircraft launch and recovery. Patuxent River, Maryland is focused on air vehicles, propulsion and power, avionics, and crew systems. Orlando, Florida's principal focus is on training systems, including human performance and simulator systems. Naval Air Warfare Center Weapons Division is dedicated to maintaining a center of excellence in weapons development for the Department of the Navy. They are located in China Lake and Point Mugu in California. Their principal focus is to execute full spectrum weapons and warfare systems research, development, acquisition, test, and evaluation for naval, joint, and coalition forces. Commander Fleet Readiness Centers delivers effective and efficient flight line readiness through a globally managed, responsive, and integrated sustainment system. These specialized fleet readiness centers are located on both coasts of the U.S. and overseas in Estugu, Japan. Each FRC provides maintenance, repair, and overhaul for aircraft weapons and components. Naval aviation has 3 levels of maintenance. Our fleet readiness centers participate at both level 2 and level 3. Level 1 is organizational or O-level maintenance and is performed at the squadron level and includes servicing and replacing of parts. Level 2 is off-aircraft maintenance, known as intermediate or I-level maintenance, and includes components and engines, scheduled maintenance, and in-service repair. Level 3 is depot-level maintenance, off-aircraft maintenance, and includes scheduled maintenance, modifications, in-service repair, field team in-service repair, and manufacture. NAVAIR is part of the Naval Aviation Enterprise, which includes all naval aviation communities. This includes the fleet as well as logistics and test squadrons. We work together to facilitate collaboration, alignment, and help stakeholders understand costs, readiness degraders, and resources. SBIR and STTR technologies are an important part of the mission to sustain and improve readiness while advancing future warfighting capabilities at the best possible cost. There are many ways to connect with NAVAIR and stay up to date. You can find out more by visiting our website, following NAVAIR on social media, or through distributed content such as the NAVAIR Airwaves podcast. Now moving on to some specifics about the NAVAIR SBIR process. This chart shows the NAVAIR SBIR STTR award structure over a typical timeline. Please note the timeline, requirements, and funding amounts may vary based on the technology, the priority, the mission need, and the transition target. You should be familiar with the first half of this chart as you have already completed your Phase 1 and are performing on a Phase 2. Following the Phase 2 option, we have what is known as the Commercialization Readiness Program, or CRP. CRP is not guaranteed for every project and is driven by our programs of record, their needs and priorities, and available funds. There are several different investment strategies under CRP, and again, may vary based on the technology, priority, and whether matching funds from the program is available. In general, a Technology Transition Agreement, or TTA, is required for most CRP investments. We'll talk more about CRP in a moment. Most importantly, and what you should be focused on, is Phase 3. Getting to Phase 3 typically takes between 6 and 10 years. There is no limit on the dollar value, number, or types of contracts in Phase 3. As a reminder, Phase 3 is for non-SBIR STTR funds. However, the NAVAIR SBIR STTR Program Office can still help you navigate Phase 3. We provide in-house support to guide the Phase 3 contracting process. At the bottom of the chart, you can see the typical technology readiness level, or TRL, we expect to see at each phase. By the end of Phase 2, we should expect to see your technology validated in a laboratory environment, TRL 4, or in a relevant environment, TRL 5. Phase 3 investments generally are able to demonstrate a prototype as part of a system in a relevant environment, TRL 6, or operational environment, TRL 7, qualify the system through test and demonstration, TRL 8, and prove the system in its final form under mission conditions, TRL 9. The NAVAIR Commercialization Readiness Program, or CRP, is an interim technology maturity phase intended to facilitate transition. As mentioned before, this is not guaranteed for every project, and there is no application process for the SBIR or STTR firms. Projects are selected for CRP investment through an internal process that identifies technologies that meet high priority PMA requirements and are at the right technology readiness level to meet program needs. CRP accelerates SBIR technology incorporation and transition into naval systems through shared SBIR and program office investment and risk mitigation. Coordination between the PMA, the requirements community, and the SBIR program office is documented in a Technology Transition Agreement, or TTA. Planning for transition. We will now talk about some things that you can do to ensure you are best positioned to take advantage of technology transition opportunities at NAVAIR. Maturing your technology is key, but also make sure you are building a strong business case for acquisition support. Know your customer and know their needs. Program office investment decisions are driven by cost savings, weight savings, and new capabilities. Improved performance is usually not enough to transition a technology alone. Make sure you can articulate your business case and the total impact of your technology. Be able to answer the question, what can you do for me? Make sure you know who your end user is. If you are successful, who is going to be buying your product? Is it the government? Often not. Often it is a prime contractor or one of their tier 1 or tier 2 suppliers. Make sure you know who that is and develop a relationship. Understand their needs and again, be able to articulate what benefit your technology brings to the table. Know what form, fit, and function requirements you may need to meet in order to integrate successfully into the system. Form, fit, function, and size, weight, and power considerations are often integral to transition decisions. Understand the program's timeline for technology insertion. Programs of record have program plans that contain timeframes for block upgrades, software drops, and platform life and sustainment windows. Make sure your technology is ready when the program has an opportunity for technology insertion. Missing one of these windows can derail the transition for even the most successful technologies. Planning for transition should start at the beginning of the phase 2. Understand who has the authority to transition your product and make sure your TPOC and PMA points of contact can adequately communicate your technology and the impact of your product to that person. Develop a technology transition strategy with their input and make sure you understand it. Make them your advocates. Know the schedule, milestones, and funding you need for transition. Know your stakeholders and socialize your plan with them. Know what you need to have done in advance to meet those tech insertion windows. Will you need a flight clearance? If so, this takes early planning and preparation. Flight clearance requirements can drive data that needs to be generated and provided to flight clearance monitors. Testing can be required to prove performance and may result in design changes. Do you have to test at a prime facility? Have you met the requirements for that? Also be aware of impacts on training and logistics and be prepared to address these. Be aware of alternative funding sources. This includes NAVAIR CRP, mission funding from program offices, other Navy technology investment programs, funds provided by your state or private investors, and know how and when to leverage these sources to meet your transition schedule. Effective communication is key to a successful transition. Establish early drumbeats with your TPOC and your PMA customer. Don't overpromise and don't underdeliver. SBIRs generally cannot address urgent needs. Have a vision for what your technology will accomplish and over what time frame. Make sure your TPOC and PMA points of contact understand that vision and have the information they need to advocate on your behalf. When interfacing with government and industry points of contact, know your audience and tune your message to them. Scientists and engineers love technical details and will deep dive into the science with you. Program managers are interested in cost, schedule, and performance, and the impact on risk to their program of record. Know what your business case is and your plan for achieving it. Your technology must be mature, must be viable, and must satisfy a customer requirement. Know your customer, your stakeholders, and your decision makers, and make sure they are accounted for and aware of your business case and plan. Lastly, if you have any questions about the NAVAIR SBIR STTR program, I encourage you to reach out and contact us. As the NAVAIR SBIR STTR program manager, I want to thank you for supporting NAVAIR and being a part of our innovation network. I look forward to seeing your technology mature, and I wish you success in transitioning to the warfighter.